Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Which Way 101. Today we are going over the deity of the month, and that deity is Woden. However, there are a few ways to pronounce his name: Woden, Odin, Othin, and sometimes Wotan. Woden does have a few different spellings to his name, and even a few nicknames for lack of better words. These were some of the spellings that I found for Woden's name, and some of the nicknames that he had as a deity. Woden is considered to be the master of disguise. He does, however, favor disguising himself as a traveler, with mythology pointing out that Woden can be any creature, even donning the disguise of humans. Woden has a thirst for knowledge, which is part of the reason why he wanders the earth, with mythology telling us that Odin was often discovered looking like an older male with a long beard, or Woden looked like a traveler, not dressed the best. In this disguise, Woden is sometimes portrayed with a large brimmed hat to cover his missing eye, helping to decrease this discovery. While Woden looks for more knowledge, Woden has 2 ravens to feed him information every morning. Upon being discovered by humans, the biggest clue that a person has to locate Woden is his missing eye. Due to how Woden travels and the ravens that pass on messages to Woden, many stories indicate that Woden blesses all travelers, having a soft spot in his heart for those who seek higher education or those who are always on the hunt for new knowledge. Telling me that those of you who have chosen to stay this far are trying to learn new knowledge and are indeed the blessed of Woden. Woden tends to bless warriors, those who study and or practice the occult, authors, and those rare mortals that, for some odd reason, Woden just seems to favor. When giving offerings to Woden, there are a few things that he likes. Meat is really the only substance that Woden requires to live, and I'll get to a little clean and sober thing about that before I end this video. Anyways, the meat that seems to always make its way to his offering table is always given to his wolves, Gary and Frecky. The favorite meat tends to come from horses, which we don't eat usually nowadays, at least not here in America. Other countries is a different story. But the sacrifice that Woden favors the most as far as sacrificing would be humans. Don't do this. This is illegal, okay? Please don't do that. And the clean and sober advice that I have for people who want to make an offering to Woden and would like to offer mead to him is to look into the ingredients of making honey mead, and do not make the mead itself. Grab the honey, grab the water, grab the yeast, and literally just have all of those as an offering, not mixed together and whatnot, okay? Because of the symbolization, I do believe that that would work as an offering. Again, especially for those who are clean and sober in clean and sober housing, or just do not want to mess around with mead or alcohol. There are a few within mythology that helped Woden gain his knowledge. Freya taught Woden different forms of divination. The other being who taught Woden was Mimir. I might be pronouncing that wrong. While learning, Woden sacrificed his eye to drink from the well of wisdom. This sacrifice gave Woden unprecedented insight and knowledge, furthering his knowledge. Woden learned the secrets of runes with self-sacrifice, hanging himself for 9 days and nights in Yggdrasil. Again, I apologize if I butchered that name. With his spear, which enabled Woden to discover runes. Some people suspect that the hanged man in tarot is a representation of this particular scene of Woden's sacrifice. According to mythology, Woden married Frigg, making her queen of Asgard. But even marriage was not enough to quench Woden's love of the many women and having many children with various women. The goddess Frigg, however, accepted these children. There is speculation that due to Frigg's foresight, Frigg saw these other children of Woden as potential political pawns and potentially even helping to make peace or to provide harmony to various factions. In various tales about Woden, there are several children born of mortal women. Some of these children were warriors, and being said to be a descendant of Woden gave a form of status or prestige among these descendants. However, there is no DNA to prove or disprove those tales. I would personally suspect that during the height of Norse spirituality, those claims helped to solidify alliances, potentially forging and forming borders for kingdoms, even finding kingdoms that we still have today, even though most of those kingdoms have been renamed. Hospitality was such a prized trait, with Woden prizing this trait of hospitality. This became the ingrained virtue for those who worshipped Woden. Due to all of these things, Woden tends to like offerings such as mead, poems, new knowledge, and magical items that are unique and not commonly found or made. So if you want to go ahead and give or make a uniquely magical item, let me know down in the comments below, and I will go over many different ways to make a uniquely magical item as an offering to Woden in a later video. Anyways, I hope you all learned something in these videos. I hope you all enjoyed them. Thank you so very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this so far, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell notification so that you get informed of all of my latest videos. And if you would like to help support this channel even further, look into the description below to become a patron. Anyways, I will see you all in the next round. Thank you oh so much for watching. Thanks a billion for all your support. I will see you all in the next round. Bye for now.